Okay, Buggy Live. We are online, live again with me, Riccardo. Here we go. This is my classic phrase when I start. So, again from Thailand, and today I have the honor to have as a guest a female representative for regarding the Asian football, which I'm going to introduce very rapidly because I'm very enthusiastic to have anytime I can have people around the world, like in this case from Asia. Without any further ado, please welcome here at Buggy Live my precious guest Samantha Chiew. Here we go. You are live, Samantha.
Say hi.
How are you? How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm Samantha. I'm a foosball player from
Yeah.
Malaysia, but I currently live in Singapore now.
Okay, so did I
Yeah.
mention that you're from Malaysia, right, or no? If
Yeah.
not, I apologize. I mentioned
Oh,
now.
it's okay. Yeah, I am from Malaysia. I
Okay.
started playing foosball in Malaysia, but now I live in Singapore and I play all around Asia.
Ah, okay. So we start right away with the first question because I'm really curious and happy to know more about Asian football, how people live football in Asia. So yes, the first question: how did you start? How did you fall in love with this beautiful sport?
Okay, well, I first started playing foosball when I was in college. Um, I first got into it because I had a very competitive spirit, and a lot of people were crowding around a foosball table, and I just wanted to be the girl that beat a boy in a boy sport.
Okay, I got a point.
Yeah. So I guess from there, I got the passion, I got the interest to play, to learn how to play, and eventually I got to where I am now, and I did manage to finally beat that guy who who was supposedly the best player in the school. So
So
yeah,
you beat him in single, right?
yeah. And but after a while, I guess I still do have that competitive spirit, but it's not as strong anymore. Um, what is now still keeping me um, interested in football is honestly the friends I meet. Um, in football, I I meet a lot of people from all over the world, like including yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's
um,
thank you.
I I've made
Let's say
friends.
yeah that as I said before is a big family. This is the most beautiful thing about this sport. No, when the competition ends, start the friendship, right?
Yeah, yeah, that
Wh-
is true.
yeah, but what was your best achievement so far? Talking about football trophy.
My best achievement. That was a very long time ago. I can honestly say my heydays are over. So uh, I think my best achievement was about 4 or 5 years back when I was the number one female player in Asia, and I was also offered the partial sponsorship to go to WCS. I can't really remember, but at that time it could have been in either France, Germany, or Italy.
Uh
One of
huh.
those.
Ah, the one
Yeah,
you told me was held in Germany, I think.
Germany. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I'm not too sure, but because it was many years back. But I think I got into the work life. I started working. I had to allocate a lot of time to work instead of training. So I I guess I'm not as good as I was. I'm not as consistent as I was either. But I still do enjoy going for tournaments to see my friends.
But I mean, you're still young, so you still have time to develop. Even though I'm sure you are already good, at least in the ITSF style, right?
Yes.
International style.
But I believe now is the time for the younger players to come up. Um, I as as sad as it is to say, but I have other priorities in life now. You know, I'm
Yeah,
at an
yeah, yeah.
age,
I
yeah,
understand that.
yeah, I'm at an age where I have to work, I have bills to pay, and I can't give foosball as much time as I have before. So what I think is great now is if we can bring up the younger players, give them their time to shine. I've already had my time. Now give them their time. I'm
Yes.
yeah,
You,
I think at this point I'm more open to give my time to train someone than to just go out and play.
okay, you pointed
Yeah.
actually the finger into a subject which is, say, very hot, which is making a life, with with the football, which is not
Yeah.
possible nowadays at least. So, hey, what do you think about that? How could we, if it's possible, could we bring it back, to the old glory as it was in the 70s?
Well, I was not born yet in the 70s, so I don't know what it was like back then. But there was a
More in
point of
America, yeah. Sorry, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah, but there was a point in Malaysia when I first started playing that football was really hot. Okay, everyone was playing, even those working. They made the time, they made the effort to come down on weekends and participate in DYPs. So um, after a while, the scene did die off a little because some people uh, they had other priorities and couldn't give as much time, and then slowly the scene started dying off. But the scene in Malaysia is coming back. I Although I live in
Yeah.
Singapore now, I'm still
Okay.
actively chatting with a lot of the Malaysian footballers, and I can see. I think it was just last week that they had more than 20 players at a UIP, and I'm quite proud of them. You know, for a lot of them coming up. But the thing is, it's not just the old players that are coming back to play. It's also new players that are coming, and I think that's more important to bring up the new players, the new generation of players. Because as you, if it's a beautiful sport, why don't you want to share it? Why don't you want to um, bring up a next generation of players to say that hey, this kid is who, it, this kid is my disciple, my understudy. I taught this kid how
Yes.
to play, and now he's better than me.
Yeah,
Something like
totally.
that.
I totally
Yeah.
agree with you. We discussed already with other with other people before, other guests, that it would be also good to introduce in school. That would be a good start, for youth. I
Yes,
don't know
yes, it
if
is.
you do this in Malaysia already.
Yes, so Cyrus has done that in Malaysia. So we have had some students from the schools. They join us on weekend UIPs or just fun playing casual sessions. But um, I think I can say more for the Singapore scene because I am here and I did help. So up till about six to seven, yeah, up to about 6 to 7 years ago, Singapore only had 20 players, or thereabouts. 20, at the very most 30. The whole entire Singapore had only 20, 30 players, and these players have
Okay.
been playing for more than 10 years, and all they ever see is each other. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so we did,
They
and then
didn't even have
one,
maybe the chance to grow because they know
yeah,
already. Yeah.
yeah, it's just that that small group. Then one day, okay, Cyrus, I was with Cyrus, and he receives an email from a school in Singapore, and that school was telling him, hey, we didn't know that there was a football scene in Singapore. We have about 200 over players in our school. So from there, like all it takes was for this one teacher who was in charge of the football club in that school to email Cyrus. I mean, Cyrus obviously um, passed that contact on to us, the Singapore football team, and the rest was history. Now we have a huge, I won't say that huge, but we definitely have a much bigger football community right now.
How many
So,
roundabout? How many
well, the
players?
regular, to be honest, the regular players are still stuck at about 20 to 30.
Okay.
But yeah, but there are a lot of students. So one thing great that this school is doing is that they sponsored about 20 to 30 students. These are just the students and not including the regular players. So they sponsored 20 to 30 students to a tournament around Asia.
So let's say
So
maybe in 5 to 10 years, there will be double or even more
yeah,
players.
hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully that's definitely what we hope for. So like at the beginning, when we first found out about these students who were interested, we did go over to the school. We volunteered as coaches and try to teach them some stuff that we know, introduce them to the rules, tell them tell them about the tournaments that are happening in Asia, and then we even handpicked a team to um, to represent Singapore in I think it was like a inter-country national um, event for the tournament. Yeah.
So back to Malaysia now, because now we know more about Singapore, of course, how they live, foosball, which is great. Thanks also to your help. About Malaysia, I'm curious to know how a girl, live foosball. Are there many girls competitions, or is only mixed?
When I first started, there were quite a number of girls playing, um, and they were very good. Uh, in fact, at one point, one of the best players in Malaysia was a girl. I mean, is a girl. She still is a girl. Yeah, but um, she has since found other priorities. So we have not seen her play in a while. But she was an amazing player.
We will
She really
see
was.
maybe when she saw things out. Who knows?
Yeah,
She'll
maybe.
be back.
Yeah. So at this point, there are still some female players playing in Malaysia. There are some new up and coming female players also.
Oh, that's good
Um,
news.
and we're trying to groom them. I've even partnered one of them, I think, in a ladies event, and I think we went pretty far. And I hope she continues playing, and I think she might very well be better than me already.
Who knows?
Yeah.
As long as girls also keep playing and improve, then we will see a nice scene, of players in Malaysia too.
Yeah, yeah.
Which,
To be honest, last time, uh, a lot of females, the reason why they start playing is because of their boyfriend. Yeah,
I
I
understand.
that yeah, that wasn't the case for me because I was an annoying little punk who wanted to beat boys. Yeah, but I do hope more girls start coming up to play on their own accord and not being dragged by their boyfriends. Because we realize that some girls, if they start playing because of their boyfriends, when they break up, they stop playing.
They will have lost, time that should have used for improve. I understand that. So
Yeah,
better be focused if you really believe in that. You know.
yeah. So
So
so I always believe that
yes,
if you wanna play football, be good at it. Do it for yourself, not for anyone else.
yeah, definitely. I agree with
Yeah,
you with that. You will have lots of satisfaction as well.
yeah.
So, okay, back to you as more personal question. No? You have traveled, I guess, the world in during your let's say during the time you play football. So, which is your favorite tables?
Okay, I've only traveled around Asia for tournaments. When I first started playing, I started playing on a tornado table. That's the American-made one. And then a few years later, uh, China introduced a fireball, and then that became and is now the official table being used in whole of Asia. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you yeah, so if you
I
ask
think it look like a little bit, no, to Tornado. I don't know because
um
I play Tornado but never played Fireball. So
that there is a little bit of difference. Not too much. Not as much as not as much difference if you are a tornado player and were to play on a Galando. So
ah,
um, yeah, it did take me a while to get used to a fireball, but now I would say that my preferred table is a fireball, but I have no problems playing on a tornado also. Still quite
okay.
fun for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about talking about Garlando? Now? What about tables? You know, with side ramps and maybe square pin, more suitable for our style. What do you think? Have you ever the chance to play?
I've uh, I've dabbled on a Garlando before, but I don't think it's so much my thing. I I guess it's because I've never had a lot of table time on a Garlando, so I just don't feel very comfortable on it, and I don't think I'm at that level where my skills are very much transferable to from one table to another easily. I still need a certain amount of table time, and I don't think I got that for Garlando. I've even tried a Leonhardt, which isn't too bad to use. I thought Leonhardt was more was
The
more
German table, yeah.
yeah, it was more adaptable for me compared to Galando.
Yeah, because you probably use more, not slow style, but you drag the ball. I mean, possibly you use a lot the pull shot rather than the snake shot. So that's why you prefer this kind of tables.
Okay.
Galando is more for slingshot, or bank shots.
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about myself as a player first. I, I'm a very messy player. Messy in a sense that uh, my 5 bar is pretty neat. Okay, I have neat passes. My passes are quite crisp. But then when I get to the 3 bar, I don't really know what my main shot is right now. I think it could still be a snake or a rollover, but I've changed a lot throughout the years. So I think I started out with a snake shot, and then I changed to a back pin, and then I went back to a snake shot, and then I went to a pull shot, and then now I'm back again at a snake shot. So um, somehow I always go back to the pin shots, but there are times where um, I'm a bit uh,
That's good because you don't get
mm,
stuck on a single style or a single shoot. You want always to improve and to widen the range of shots, I guess.
yeah, yes, but I believe that it is my strength and my weakness because when I get the ball at 3, you don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I could do a back pin, I could do a snake, I could do a pull shot, but I don't think I'm really great in any one of the shots.
But at least you can use all of three. If score with one, you can score with the other one. The
Yeah,
more you have a big arsenal.
uh, which could also be a problem because sometimes when I get the ball in the 3, I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
You have so many
Yeah,
chances. You say, oh,
yeah.
whoa, I forgot which one I
Yeah,
want to do.
exactly, exactly. So, I know a lot of people. They keep telling me, stick to one shot, master that, and just use that only. I believe that that is the way to go, but I'm just stubborn.
Okay, you just little by little try maybe to fix um, yourself only to maybe two shots, but to improve them very, very in a professional manner. Let's say maybe it could be.
Yeah, I tried,
So,
but
let's say moving on a little bit, I'm curious. What are your expectations for the future in terms of football, of course?
um, well, I can't really say so much for the other parts of Asia, but for Malaysia and Singapore, I definitely do hope for more schools to um, to have foosball as a co-curricular activity in the school, and I do hope for more students to come up and want to play because um, in this region, a lot of people have this negative mindset about foosball because foosball tables are always placed in bars, pubs. So a lot of people associate
Yes.
that with drinking.
Unfortunately, it's a worldwide situation, I guess.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is break this stigma and have people realize that no, it's not just a bar sport, and no, you don't have to be drinking to play. Yeah.
Totally agree with you. Yeah. The opposite. If you are focused and you're sober, you can see better. Just one ball at the time.
Yeah.
So yes, the last question would be: so if someone come to you or contact you, you would be able to teach at least the basic.
Oh yes, of course, I've done
Yeah.
that. And I'm proud of some of the people I've taught. So I think I mentioned to you that in Singapore we when we just found out about these big group of students in the school who are interested in playing foosball, um, I hosted training sessions during weekends. So I
Yeah,
got some of them.
I just wanted to remind because we are near the end, so to remind
Yeah,
that you are able, I can define you as a teacher, right? For
yeah,
football. So if people want, and I hope I really encourage people from Singapore, maybe to reach out of you to
yeah,
have
sure.
why
Yeah,
not? We need more and more people to play, even in Asia, no?
yeah, we do. We definitely do.
I see Vietnam is doing a great job. I talk with Long and they seem really, really passionate for this sport. Now it's turn
Yeah,
for Malaysia and Singapore.
yeah. I do hope all the best for Vietnam, and I do hope that more players, um, come up there. We've never had a tournament in Vietnam. It'd be nice to have one.
That would be great. See, maybe inter connection, no? Like or
Mm.
Vietnam against who knows? Something can come out as long as we keep, using also media to bring out this beautiful sport to people, to let them know that it's not only, as you said, a bar game, but it is a worldwide known sport because it's a sport. People will know better, will understand better that this deserve, to be noticed by the crowd.
Hmm.
This
Yeah.
is this is at least what we aiming to. We try
Yes, definitely.
with the media that we have at the moment. So I thank you so much for the time that you gave to us. And before we leave, if you have any last thought, something that you want to tell to the crowd.
Well, I'm not sure what to say really, but um, I just hope that the younger generation they do come up, they come and play. Like don't be afraid to ask someone to teach you. We're more than happy,
Yeah, and to lose,
all of us.
because
Yeah.
a loss is a big achievement. It makes you
Oh,
stronger.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be afraid to lose, because if not, you won't know how to appreciate your wins.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. Okay, Samantha, so thank you so much. This was
Okay, thank you.
our beautiful conversation. I enjoy a lot your company, and I appreciate that the time that you gave to me, you gave to us, to Buggy Live. With the hope to hear from you soon, maybe in another session. So far, so good. I say bye to you, to
Okay,
Singapore, and that's it. From Riccardo, Samantha, and the Buggy Live staff, it's finished. Thank you and bye bye. See you next time, Samantha.
see you.
Bye.